Glad to say for the first time in a few days, we don't have much of a chance for severe weather. Thanks for joining us at 4 o'clock. I'm Tom Green.
And I'm Kim Christensen. And while we got a break, places in the Midwest did not. They are waking up to massive amounts of damage. We're taking a look at what has happened in the small town of Greenfield, Iowa, not far from Des Moines, where the storms turned deadly. The National Weather Service confirmed that it was at least an EF3 tornado that touched down in Iowa after an initial survey of the damage. And so far, at least one person has been confirmed dead, but officials fear there may be many more. There were 18 tornado warnings across Iowa yesterday, in addition to one each in Wisconsin and Minnesota.
Kathy's with us. We were talking about those storms yesterday as they passed through Colorado and then really intensified on their way to the Midwest. But that one that hit Greenfield, they said might have been on the ground for as long as 40 miles.
Yes, and it is such a small town, and that area has not seen a tornado like this in over 20 years, maybe 30 years. And they're really on the ground looking and kind of looking at the structure of homes and which ones stood and which ones are completely gone and missing. And the National Weather Service is on the ground out there, and it's going to be interesting to see those preliminary studies as they come out. But Tom, this has been an incredible severe weather season. You know, we've had over 300 tornadoes already this month and as many last month, and that's incredible. And typically we see those tornadoes peaking in late May and early June. So to see that number this soon and the devastation is it's really incredible and heartbreaking. We're sitting here in Colorado with a break from our severe weather. We saw heavy showers yesterday, severe storms the day before, even a bit of light snow up in the high country. But today and tonight, looking really nice. It's mild this evening, warmer tomorrow, sunshine with temperatures close to 80 heading into your holiday weekend. 70 in Denver, 70s, almost 80 in southeastern Colorado. Wind has been a factor. If you were outside for a little while today, the wind picked up, didn't it? And it did make it feel a bit cooler than it was outside. This is just part of a weak front that will be approaching Colorado in the next 24 hours. Doesn't have a lot of moisture with it, but what we are watching is moisture that's fueling storms today from central Texas into the Midwest. And that is where we're seeing the tornado reports, the tornado watch, the severe thunderstorm watch areas. Another very active day across about 9 states tonight. And this is also where Storm Prediction Center has that enhanced view for rotating dangerous storms with that large hail threat and heavy flooding rainfall. And around here, a few high clouds. We have a clear night. This morning, there was a frost advisory out. We dropped into the mid-30s, believe it or not, but I don't think we're going to see numbers like that heading into your holiday weekend. I will break down the timing of the temperatures for the upcoming holiday weekend in just a few minutes.
Right now, pro-Palestinian protesters at DU are meeting with campus leaders to talk about the future of their encampment. That meeting is still going on. This comes after the university gave protesters a 9 p.m. deadline last night to voluntarily leave the camp. That did not happen. Tents have stayed up well past the deadline. The encampment has been up since May 9th. The university said while they support free speech, they have become more concerned about safety on campus. Current semester doesn't end until next month. Student protesters responded saying that they don't feel safe either. We've reached out to both sides about what came out of this meeting today. We're still waiting to hear back.
Right now, Wheat Ridge police are looking for a shoplifting suspect that also crashed into 3 cars, including a patrol car, while trying to get away. This all played out at the King Supers at West 35th and Youngfield near I-70. When officers got there, 2 suspects tried to drive away. They hit 2 cars, injuring one driver. She was taken to the hospital. The suspect driver also backed into a patrol car, slamming into it before leaving the parking lot. No officers were hurt, but officers caught the suspects not far away at 42nd Avenue. But then the driver ran into the Clear Creek trailhead while the other suspect, a woman, was taken into custody.
An update in southern Colorado today, a big one. CDOT is hoping to get some traffic going over the Blue Mesa Reservoir before July 4th. Today, they shared a plan to make repairs to the US 50 bridge over Blue Mesa Reservoir for weeks now. That has been closed off. That span between Gunnison and Montrose closed more than a month ago after investigators found cracks. CDOT says the first phase will be temporary to get some limited traffic open. Once those repairs are finished, CDOT will focus on permanent repairs, and their goal is to be fully reopened by the fall. The owner of a South Broadway bar is trying to find the person who broke into his place earlier this week. Denver police responded to the brutal poodle on Monday morning after a report of a burglary.
The owner says the burglar made off with thousands of dollars in cash and some customers' credit cards. 9 News reporter Jaleesa Irizarry is now with us live, and it sounds like the community is trying to step up and help.
Right. This has obviously been a very stressful week for the owner, Wes Morales. He says the suspect got away with at least $8,000 in cash, but he says it's what happened next that overwhelmed him.
Hi, folks. How you doing?
Everything about the brutal poodle screams heavy metal.
Let's go right over here.
But what happened here earlier this week was far from hardcore.
No, it's not. It's trashy.
Wes Morales owns the bar and restaurant on South Broadway. When he walked in on Monday morning, he realized someone recently ran out.
But you can see where he put the pry bar in here and against our door frame, and he was able to just pop the door out enough to open it.
Around 5 a.m., burglars broke into the back of the bar.
So I'm pulling up the surveillance of the suspect.
A suspect can be seen walking through. The person has a mask on, so it's hard to identify. Or so Morales thought.
The identifying thing for the anonymous tip were his training shoes and the leather chaps that he wears. This is the suspect here.
Morales says he got a call from someone who thinks they know who this person is. He says he shared that info with police.
I'm worried if that person's gonna try to come back when my staff's here.
I'm gonna land some lunch over here.
His staff is always top of mind. As well as some leftover customer credit cards, the burglar made out with thousands of dollars, including employee tips.
That was immediately my first concern, is like, how is my staff gonna get paid? Like, they need their money.
Morales asked, and the community answered. His friends set up a fundraiser, and in less than 24 hours, all the money was raised.
The amount of support and outreach that the community gave us, like, is... it's crazy. It means a lot.
Donation bin.
Days later, and people still want to give.
You being here is a donation in its own.
Now that's punk rock.
Yeah.
I know that we created a special place here, but I had no idea the impact that it's had on the community. It's crazy.
Yeah, of course. Cheers.
Now, Denver police say this case is still under investigation. No arrests have been made. We did ask later this afternoon if there's any persons of interest. They say there are no updates at this time. Reporting in Denver, Jaleesa Irizarry, 9 News.
Well, they've got the video, and they certainly have support from the community. That's the nice thing, Jaleesa. Loyal customers, man. They feel it.
Absolutely. Loyal customers, and they're all punk rock. So that's pretty awesome, too.
Yeah, that's great. That's wonderful. All right.
Jaleesa.
Thanks, Jaleesa. So if you're heading to a Rockies game this weekend or later this summer, you may notice some safety changes in the Ballpark district in Denver.
At one point, that area had the largest encampments of people experiencing homelessness in the city of Denver. Businesses saying that they were overwhelmed by the tents surrounding them, which not only made them feel unsafe, but also kept the customers away. It was back in October that the Triangle Bar chose to shut down after decades. The LGBTQ+ establishment had been a staple for the area, but the owner closed, citing health and safety concerns. Since Mayor Mike Johnston's House 1000 initiative, the board chair of the Ballpark Collective, Matt Van Sistine, says there have been improvements as far as the tents.
Well, I think I have PTSD from it. I almost left the neighborhood in 2022 because I wasn't seeing hope for the neighborhood, and I thought about selling it all and just moving and traveling and doing something else. But because of the people that are coming together, I feel like there's hope for the neighborhood.
He says he does see the progress. He notes that, but he says drugs are still an issue. Right now, the district is working with city officials trying to make additional improvements, and the mayor's office has been holding community conversations with businesses to address the problem.